That is the catchphrase of people in the Northeast. Ga! Everything is ga.
你去过新疆吗？
哎呦，我哪里都不去。
He is taking this little bike cart all the way to Tibet with his dog while dressed in this monkey outfit. I'm Catherine, and I'm on a year-long bike journey through North China with my husband, Asa John. We usually prefer quiet villages and natural scenery, and big cities and nightlife aren't really our thing. But for some reason, the tinier and more obscure the place, the more captivated we become by the night scene. So in addition to the quiet villages and amazing scenery, today's journey also features a glimpse into what small town locals get up to after sunset. Today's vlog actually starts 80 kilometers down the road in the little city of Helong. It's located in a region heavily inhabited by ethnic Koreans, and they have tons of stories about encounters with their neighbors across the river. For example, this uncle in the grocery store who told us about his trip to North Korea 20 years ago to visit relatives.
亲戚我的东西他们偷，饿了呢还偷东西卖，交换东西吃。那个绳子我的东西里都挤了。
This region is also only a few hours drive from the Russian border, so not a single person ever guesses that I'm American. I'm telling y'all, everybody thinks I'm Russian. We just walked by here and the guys were like, "Ura, ura, ura." I can't even do it. I can't even roll the R. 你都会，我不会。
Ura.
他会，我不会。Ura, ura.
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 Ura 万岁，万岁什么？
We have encountered another long-distance traveling enthusiast. This guy is starting from Helong and he is taking this little bike cart all the way to Tibet with his dog while dressed in this monkey outfit. So his monkey outfit is actually from a Chinese legend called Journey to the West. So now you can probably tell where I got the name of my YouTube channel from.
看他自己做饭对吧？不像自己做饭。
哥，你太辛苦了。
他们要开始了。
你全程穿这个《西游记》的衣服还？
不能，那热死了。
What an incredibly niche thing to be doing, and for us to meet someone doing a very similar thing is just like, what are the odds? Bye bye, bye bye. The morning after we saw off our new friend on his journey, it was our turn to get on our bikes and head towards Changbai Mountain. Not only is it one of China's most famous and scenic mountains, it's also shared with North Korea, which is so cute and so wholesome, and our journey through Jilin just would not be complete without it. Good morning, everyone, from Helong. It is 5:30 a.m. on a Sunday, which is a time in most places would be kind of dead, but not here. How's the corn?
Good. Fresh. To remember.
嘎嘎嘎嘎，什么东西都嘎嘎，嘎嘎甜，嘎嘎香。That is the catchphrase of people in the Northeast. Ga! Everything is ga.
这是我媳妇儿美国的。
我也美国的。
真的啊？
我家孩子他是美国公民。
哦。
他们那个留学过了，10年考美国公民了。孙子也是公民。
人家有绿卡，你没有。
我都没有去过。我们刚结婚。
你给他办嘛，好办，1年就办了。
你什么时候去达拉斯呀
18号。
祝你在美国生活愉快。
生活愉快，我们的老乡。
拜拜。
在美国见。
Contrary to popular belief, marrying an American citizen does not guarantee an instant free pass to the US, especially since we have no plan to immigrate and I don't live there. So to my knowledge, I actually can't even get him a green card. There's also no spouse visa, only a tourist visa, which we don't meet all the criteria for. So if anyone has any advice on how I can possibly bring Asa John for a visit to the US, suggestions are welcome.
This is life.
Actually kind of loving the spooky, foggy vibe this morning. Very different from our usual biking conditions. How is it that the Xinjiang boy raised around goats and sheep his whole life cannot make a convincing goat noise? Today's route is actually mostly uninhabited mountains, but fortunately there are a couple of little villages you can go into if you look at the map and know where to get off the main road. So we are enjoying the village scenery while we can. 听不见，狗吵死了，听不见。
去过杭州吗？
杭州，我也不知道杭州在哪了。
你去过新疆吗？
哎呦，我哪里都不去，我就在家呢。
人家喜欢待在家呗。
吃不吃香蕉呀？
不吃，
没事没事，我的心。
不吃。
哎呀，尴尬死了，我走了。He's always giving fruit to people, and sometimes they're like, nah, no thanks, and he's like, take the fruit, and they're like, no thanks, and he's like, take the fruit. Definitely a cultural difference between Xinjiang and the U.S. Like in the U.S., if you offer someone something and they say no, you're like, I bet, bye. Check it out, y'all. This place has venison dumplings, something I've never seen on a menu in China, literally ever. 鹿，你们养多少鹿呀？40个。Venison isn't very popular in most of China, and in the US, it is somewhat common, I guess, but only as a game meat, and hunting is allowed in many places since it helps keep the deer population from getting out of control. Hunting is not allowed here, and there actually already is an apex predator in the forest. That's right, y'all, we are still in tiger territory. Just 5 minutes down the road from the deer farm, we saw another one of these signs. Where are those tigers?
包里没有，
哦，
这大道上没有，
你见过吗？
没有，俺们但是搁厂子里跟那个监控里看见。
Kokamses 会不会是？如果是那个哥哥，多有意思！
不是吧？
哎，是你呀！我刚刚就感觉可能是，但是你没穿那个衣服。
你晚上住在哪儿呀？
我有帐篷在桥底下。
不怕老虎吃你吗？
那边没有老虎。
那这一段路咋办？
这边有老虎，真有老虎出没。
So I was wondering how our journey to the West Bro is doing, and we literally encountered him on the road. What are the odds? Actually, I guess the odds are very high because we're going in the same direction and he's slower than us. Wow! 你这个车骑上坡什么感觉啊？感觉太费劲了。
我腿没有变速。
当然。
你太辛苦了。So originally his journey to the West was even more similar to the TV show because he was supposed to have 2 people going with him. They were going to be a little crew, you know, like the monkey and the pig and the whatever the other guy is. And the other 2 people dropped out and they decided not to go. So he's just doing it on his own. 他们为什么不去了？他们嫌累吗？
嫌累。
哎呀，换个摩托车，他们是不是就愿意去啊？
别的摩托车开车他们都不去。
哎呀，没劲儿。
大小桥线路很难。
Hello， 你们在讲啥呀？
我讲出来。
The capitalist pigs have invaded even the tiniest and most obscure of scenic spots. It's just this little teeny platform here where you can look at a little sliver of mountains, and the capitalist pigs have still managed to show up to sell stuff. I'm not mad about it, I'm just making an observation.
سویو فردی جان انا üge anının derdi.
We are back down from the mountain and have returned to our favorite thing, exploring random villages. These places are so middle of nowhere that most of them are pretty much unseen by anyone other than locals. But they're just so cute. They deserve to be seen. We have arrived in tonight's destination, the little town of Songjiang. This is our last stop before we reach Changbai Mountain. It's a very tiny town, very cozy, almost feels like a giant village. Oh, 这里，香园时尚宾馆. This is the lobby of our hotel. It's a bit unconventional, but it definitely has personality. There's alcohol, there's a little guy here, there's more alcohol, more alcohol, more alcohol, and there's a washing machine, which is a bonus. And they have 2 fish tanks, not just 1, 2 fish tanks. This is the backyard of the hotel. So this place has almost kind of a homestay vibe because the owners actually live like right next to it in a detached building.
这个给你，
自己家的，谢谢。
这个好吃。
来自己家的，
Oh,
刚摘的。
and let me show you guys the room. This is the room. Nothing super bougie, but it will do. Now it's time for dinner. 埋在这里呀。
Hi guys, good afternoon. This is a small town. Look at the skies. Hello. 我也是农村长大的，是吗？所以我从小时候开始劈柴火。我需要帮你吗？
照相呗。
辛苦了。
奶奶比你强壮。
对。我们骑行来的。从黑龙江七台湖那边骑过来的。
We have found a dish that Isajan likes. Malatang. You just pick a bunch of vegetables, noodles, maybe meats, but we don't put meat in it usually. And it all gets boiled together, and then you add some seasonings, and you can customize it to whatever you're in the mood for on that day.
多吃菜菜。This is my favorite.
Success! He likes something other than Lanzhou noodles and Xinjiang kebabs. He likes this. Hello. After dinner, it was finally time to experience small town nightlife.